Real-time pancake baking. You're keeping a pancake contest at home. Whoever bakes the most pancake is the winner of the game. In front of you, you see the setup of the game. In the middle of the table, you'll find the store where each participant can buy supplies, more frying pans or flour bins. In the center of the store, you place the frying pans and the flour bins. In the outer circle, there are 6 boxes. For each participant, you place 4 supplies in a box. There is no sole ownership. Any participant can buy the supplies out of any box. Every participant, a maximum of 6 can join at the same time, gets an action controller, 1 frying pan and 1 flour bin. The action controller is divided into 12 equal boxes, representing 1 match round. Up front, you will have to decide which actions you want to play in that round. To represent an action, there are action discs, which you can see in the center of the action controllers and in the baskets holding the different colors. For example, to purchase supplies, you need a yellow disc. To purchase a frying pan or a flour bin, you use a blue disc. To put the mix from the bin into the frying pan, you need a green disc. An actual baking pancake is also a green disc. And to choose to do no action, you take a red disc. The action controller. All participants play at the same time. That is so special about this game. There are no turns. That's why you have to make a plan in order to select the 12 actions you are going to use in that round. Once selected, you put them in the middle of the action controller, as shown in the image. The game starts. Player 1 plays a blue disc and purchases a flour bin. Player 2 plays a yellow disc and purchases supplies. Player 3 also purchases supplies. And player 4 plays a blue disc but buys a frying pan. Player 1 again plays a blue disc and buys a flour bin. Player 2 starts the baking process and the supplies goes into the frying pan. Player 3 also starts the baking process and from the flour bin into the frying pan. Player 4 purchased a flour bin. Player 1 again played a blue disc and buys another flour bin. Player 2 finished the baking process and now has 1 pancake. Player 3 plays a blue disc and purchases a flour bin. And player 4 plays also another blue disc and buys a flour bin this time. Player 1 now purchases supplies and he has 4 bins, so he can have 4 supplies. Player 2 plays a blue disc and purchases a flour bin. Player 3 purchases supplies and can now have 2 supplies because he has 2 flour bins. Also player 4 purchases supplies and has 3 supplies. There are now not that many supplies left in the middle, so not everybody can buy a complete set of supplies the next time. Player 1 plays a blue disc and buys a frying pan. Player 2 also plays a blue disc and buys a frying pan. Player 3 also buys a frying pan, and player 4 plays the green discs and puts from the flour bin into the frying pan. Starts the baking process. Number 1 plays again a blue disc and buys another frying pan. Player 2 purchases the supplies and has now 2 supplies in his flour bins. Player 3 played a green one and starts the baking process. for one frying pan and finished it for the other frying pan and now has one pancake. Player 4 also finishes now the baking process and has two pancakes with the green disc. Player 1 purchases another frying pan. Player 2 starts the baking process. Player 4 again starts a baking process. And player 4 purchases another frying pan. There are now only 3 supplies left. So that's going to be a problem. Okay. Player 1 plays a green disc and starts the baking process. Player 4 plays a yellow disc and purchases supplies. There were 3 left, so we can have 2. So he gets what he wants. Player 3 finished the baking process and now has 3 pancakes. Player 4 starts the cooking process with the 1 supply he had, so he's now only baking 1 pancake. Starts the process for 1 pancake. Now there is only 1 supply left. Player 1 finishes the baking process and then now has 4 pancakes. Player 2 starts the baking process, and it's not correctly shown on the image, but you should go to the frying pan. Player 3 skips a turn because it doesn't want to buy the last supply and give the others the opportunity to buy more. Player 4 finished the baking process and has now 3 pancakes. Player 1 also plays a red disc to prevent that others can buy a full supply. Player 2 continues with the baking process and have it now in the frying pan. Oh, that's still correct. Okay. Player 3 plays a yellow disc and purchases the last supply because otherwise it can throw away discs. Player 4 next round, player 4 was skipping the last one. Now player 1 purchased and he have 4 supplies. Player 2 also purchased 2 supplies. Player 3 starts the baking process and player 4 also purchases because the store had renewed their supplies. They could do that. Player 1 is playing a red disc to prevent that he has to throw away his supplies when the baking process is halfway. On the end of the round, you have to throw it away. Player 2 finished the baking process and now has 5 pancakes. Player 3 also finished a baking process, has 3 pancakes, and player 4 also skipped his turn in order to prevent losing his supplies. And then the new round starts. And